So friends, it's been long that I haven't done a video, but today friends I shall be doing the correction of the National Higher Polytechnic Institute, the entrance examination friends 2024. We shall be looking at the mathematics section from question 1 up till the end of that math section, which is question 30. So friends, keep in mind that the first 30 questions are based on mathematics alone. From 31 up to 16 is physics. Great. All right, so friends, I think without further ado, let's get started. But before I get started friends, if you're new to this channel friends, hi there, I am Omenu Maros guys. I'm the creator of HUMBLE MAK Academy, and you're highly welcome guys to this channel. Navigate through the channel page friends, you're going to see videos on the other past years. For example, you have June 2023, 2024 and so on, 2021. Everything we have on our channel, we have that for Caltech, FED, even the medicine Concour friends, we do have it. So watch all the videos guys, and so you can get yourself ready for the Concour examination. So friends, it took me a lot of time to create this content for you friends, a lot of time. So the only way I want you to appreciate the time I took to create this content for you free of charge is by giving the video a like. And friends, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because if you don't subscribe to the channel, the physics section, which I don't know if you guys need it, you won't be able to watch it. Okay, so guys, without further waste of time, let's dive into the video today. Okay friends, the question 1 reads that if x over x minus 4 into x minus 1 is equal to a over 3 into x minus 4 plus 1 over 3 into x minus 1, then the value of a is, okay, these are the various options. So friends, I have made a video on the most easy method of you that you can actually use to tackle partial fraction questions like this, okay? Because you can definitely have the answer to this question in less than 10 seconds guys. You can get the answer in less than 10 seconds, but in this video I'm going to do the normal method that the least person, I don't know if I should say the lowest person can use to answer the same question. Okay, so friends, let's first of all write the right hand side in a form that we can use conveniently. So we're going to be looking at x over x minus 4, which is equal to, we are going to remove all the 3's and bring them up. We have a over 3 over x minus 4 plus 1/3 into x minus 1. So we multiply both sides by the LCM, which is simply x minus 4 into x minus 1. If we do that guys, we are going to have a over 3 into x minus 1 plus 1/3 into x minus 4, which is identically equal to just the top guys, which is x. Now guys, notice that our goal is to look for what? A, right? We have to look for a alone, so we have to isolate the term that does not have a, namely 1/3 into x minus 4. So in this case friends, if we insert our x equal to 4, we put the 4 here guys, 4 minus 4 is 0, right? So this whole term is 0. Then this, our other term, now becomes a over 3. X is 4. What is 4 minus 1 guys? This 3, which is equal to x is 4, so we have equal to 4. But find this 3 and this 3, they can cancel, right? So we are going to have our a to be the same as 4. Wait, so friends, the best option here friends was option B. All right, so guys, if along as I walk you guys through the solution to this question, to this year guys, if there's something you don't understand friends, the comment section is free. Let me know in the comment section down below friends, so I can make you understand the concept as soon as possible. Okay, question 2 guys, as you can see, it reads that 8 raised to the power 2 over 3 times 27 raised to the power minus 1/3 over 64 raised to the power 1/3 simplifies to, okay. So friends, in this case, I think this is actually a form 5 question, which is even something that you just need to simplify, okay? Just simply apply the law of indices and the question will be nothing for you. Okay, so friends, let's have the question. That's it. So friends, let's try to apply the law of indices that we know in all of these questions. Knowing that 8 raised to the power 2 over 3 simply means that the cube root of 8 all that squared. 27 raised to the power minus 1/3 simply means that we have the cube root of 27 raised to the power negative 1, and 64 raised to the power 1/3 means that the cube root of 64. So if you do that guys, we are going to have the cube root of 8, all that squared, multiplying the cube root of 27 raised to the power negative 1, then divided by the cube root of 64. So find the cube root of 8 is simply 2. 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. The cube root of 27, guys, is 3. 3 raised to the power negative 1, guys, is the same like 1/3. The cube root of 64, guys, is 4. So we have it like this. But the 4 and the 4, they can cancel. So we just have our answer as 1/3. So guys, option A is the best option for this question. Okay. So friends, question 3 reads that if log to base y of x equal to 9, if this is equal to 9, then x is equal to, oh my god guys, this is a direct question. So guys, the question is log to base y of x equals to 9. According to our log property, we can simply take the base of the logarithm and we bring it to raise 9. Okay, so it means that we are going to have our x just to be equal to y raised to the power 9. Good. So guys, and this is the answer. So our x is y raised to the power 9. So friends, option A is the best option for this particular question. Great. So friends, our question 4 reads that log of the square root of 8 over log 8 is equal to, okay, so guys, friends, if you know the laws of logarithms also well, means this question should not take you even 5 seconds, because just from the look of things, the answer is already 1/2. Okay, so guys, I'll show you how I've seen the answer to be 1/2. I'm sure so many of you can also see the answer to be 1/2, right? Okay, now guys, you can look at the square root of 8 as, okay, let's just have our original question. Let's just have it, guys. We have log of the square root of 8 over log 8. We can look at the square root of 8, guys, to be the same as 8 raised to the power 1/2, right? We have log of 8 raised to the power 1/2. And the log property tells us that we can bring the 1/2 to the front. If we do that, we're going to have 1/2 log of 8 over log 8. So the log 8 can cancel up, it can cancel bottom. So we have the answer to be the same as 1/2. So friends, option B is the best answer. So friends, question 5 reads that the smallest whole number which satisfies the inequality 9 minus 2x less than 5x minus 12 is, okay, these are the various options. So friends, please be very careful with this question. Be very, very careful, guys, because I got the statistics from the board. It shows that only 5% of students had this question correct. Had this question correct. Only 5%. Only 5 had this question correct. So friends, let's have the inequality displayed on screen. We have 9 minus 2x less than 5x minus 12. Now let's go ahead and solve, friends. We are going to carry all the terms that have x to the left hand side, all the terms that do not have x to the right hand side. If we do that, friends, we are never going to have minus 2x minus 5x less than minus 12 minus 9. So friends, what is minus 2x minus 5x? Of course, it is minus 7x. Then this way, we have minus 21x. It is less than that. So friends, if you divide all through by negative 7, knowing fully well that when you divide by an inequality, friends, the sign of that inequality must change. Okay, when you divide by a negative number, when you divide by a negative number, guys, the sign of the inequality must change. If it was less than or equal to, it becomes greater than or equal to. If it is greater than, it becomes less than. If it is less than, it becomes greater than. So if you divide all through by 7, guys, we're now going to have now our x now to be greater than 3. So friends, majority of the students simply solved at this point, but now they took the answer to be 3, knowing that 3 is the correct answer. But friends, the worst is that 3 is not the correct answer, okay, because it said the smallest whole number which satisfies the inequality. So any number that is greater than 3, friends, is the answer here. Whatever number that is greater than 3 is the answer. So friends, in this case, our answer in this case, friends, is D. Okay, D is the only answer in this case. So D is the only answer in this case. X equal to 4. So option D, friends, is the correct answer. Knowing fully well that, guys, if you insert your x equal to 3 into this expression, guys, the left hand side will be equals to the left hand side, of which that is not what we want. we want the left hand side, friends, to be less than the right hand side, and only 4 can make that happen for us. Okay, friends, let's say for instance, if we take 3, x equal to 3, what is 2 times 2? It is 6, right? What is 9 minus 6? That's 3 also. If we take our 3 and put it, we're going to have 5x, 5 times 3, which is what? 15. What's 15 minus 12? It is 3. So friends, is 3 less than 3? No. 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equal to 3. If you take x equal to 4 and you put, what is 2 times 4, guys? It is 8. What is 9 minus 8? It is 1. Take 4 and put, what is 5 times 4? It is 20. Right? What is 20 minus 12? It's 8. So 1 is less than 8. So 4 has satisfied that condition. Okay. So guys, that's it. If there's something you don't understand, friends, the comment section is free. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let's go to question 6, friends. Let's go. Okay. The question 6 reads that we should find the angular elevation of the sun when the shadow of a 10-meter long pole is 10√3 meters. Great. So friends, I think this question is very tricky. Okay, I think it's very, very tricky. And if you don't draw diagrams, friends, to actually look at exactly what is happening, you're going to have less chance of having this question correct. The question was to find the angular elevation, that is an angle. Okay, an angle. So friends, let's start from somewhere. Let's just start with the pole. So they are talking about a pole that is 10 meters in length, right? So this is the pole that stands vertically. It is 10 meters in length. Good. Now they said it has a shadow which is 10√3 meters. So friends, if a pole is standing firm, right? And let's say that the sun is behind the pole. Let's say the sun is at the point where you see this laser on screen. Where exactly would the shadow of the pole be formed, guys? Where do you think? Friends, please pause the video and try to sketch where the shadow of the pole is going to lie. Okay, you did that. So friends, the shadow of the pole is going to be somewhere from the base of the pole towards this direction. Okay, yes, it's going to be somewhere. It's going to be from the base of the pole in this direction. So guys, this is where the shadow of the pole is going to be, and the value of that angle has been given. The value of the length has been given as 10√3. So the shadow is somehow lengthy than the pole itself. So finally, we want us to get the angular elevation, which means that the angle that is being made from the line of sight. Let's say that there is someone at this end that sees the top of the pole. This is the angle, guys. The angle in which the line of sight makes with the horizontal. We call it angle alpha. It's the angle of elevation. Okay. So friends, do you see that this is already a right angle triangle, right? And we know how to deal with things like this, not so? So friends, we need to get this angle alpha. Let's say it's angle alpha. We have the opposite, we have the adjacent. So according to SOHCAHTOA, guys, it says that whenever we have the opposite and the adjacent, we can make use of what? The tangent function, right? Because tangent has what? Opposite and adjacent. So friends, according to our trigonometric ratio tan theta, which is defined as opposite, the O means opposite, the A means adjacent. So we have tan theta equal to opposite over adjacent. It therefore means that, guys, our tan theta becomes, our opposite, friends, is 10. Our adjacent is 10√3. The 10 and the 10 they can cancel. If we take the arctangent on both sides, or the tan inverse, guys, we are going to have our alpha to be the same as arctangent, or the tan inverse of 1/√3. So friends, if you punch this on your calculator, friends, and please note, have it as a note that your calculator has to be in degrees. Okay, it shouldn't be in radians. If it is in radians, guys, you're going to have a wrong answer. So please make sure your calculator is in degrees. If you do that, guys, we are going to have an answer of 30 degrees. Great. So alpha becomes 30 degrees. So friends, option A is the best answer for this question. Okay. So friends, let's go to question 7. So friends, oh my God, we have not even gone half. We have up to 30 questions to answer. Okay. So question 7 is saying that the angle between the vectors u equal to 2i plus 3j and v equal to 3i minus 2j is, okay. So friends, generally friends, to get the angle between two vectors, well, let's call them u dot v, it is given as cosine of theta, which is equal to u dot v divided by the magnitude of u, magnitude of v. Okay, so luckily we have the vectors to be u and v, so we can just simply plug in everything. Means our cos theta becomes, our u is 2i plus 3j, our v is 3i minus 2j. So friends, from the look of things, guys, you can see that these two vectors are already, their dot product will already give us 0, right? It will give us 0, friends, because their magnitudes are just, in fact, their values are just reciprocals of it. In fact, they are just negatives of each other's. Okay, so if we dot what we have at the top, guys, without caring about what's at the bottom, we are going to have cos theta being equal to 0, because if we take 2 times 3, we are going to have 2. Then we have 3 times minus 2 becomes, okay, 2 times 3, guys, gives us positive 6. Then 3 times 2 gives, 3 times minus 2 gives us minus 6. So the two of them can give us 0. So we have 0. So friends, we have cos theta being equal to 0, right? It means that our theta is equal to what, guys? Equal to what? The cos inverse of 0. What is cos inverse of 0, guys? It is simply 90 degrees. Okay, means our theta is equal to 90 degrees. At this point, guys, we can say that the two vectors u and v are perpendicular vectors. Okay, they are perpendicular vectors. Wait, so friends, option D is the best option for this question. Question 8, friends, reads that if sine theta is equal to 3 over 4 and theta is an acute angle, cos theta is equal to, okay. So friends, I know the easiest method that people are going to do is that they are going to draw a right angle triangle like this one, insert the value of sine theta, which is opposite of hypotenuse, put here 3, put here 4, then they are going to have, oh no, put here 3, guys, put here 4, and here they are going to be looking for this one. But friends, I don't want to draw any more right angle triangle again. This one I've drawn is enough. Let's utilize one of the most powerful relations we know in trigonometry, which is simply saying that, guys, that for any angle, friends, sine squared theta plus cos squared theta, which is equal to 1, it means that we have sine theta, right? We are looking for cos theta, means our cos theta, if we make it a subject, becomes cos theta equals the square root of 1 minus sine squared theta. Now, guys, let's insert everything. We are going to have cos theta being equal to, we have 1 minus sine theta is 3 over 4. Squaring that gives us 9 over 16. 1 minus 9 over 16, guys, simply gives us 7 over 16. The square root of 7 is not a perfect square. The square root of 16 is perfect. So we are going to have our cos theta being equal to just root 17 over 4. Wait. So friends, option C is the best option. Now question 9 reads that given the arithmetic progression 3, 7, 11, 15, 19 and so on, the sum of the first 75 terms is, okay, this is what we have, friends. Now, guys, let's notice that the first term of this our progression is 3, and the common difference, guys, which is gotten by subtracting the previous term from the preceding term, namely taking 7 minus 3, which is equal to 4, or 11 minus 7, or 15 minus 11, we have d to be 4. And friends, our n, that is a that is the sum of the, that is the end term, guys, the number of terms of this progression n, which is 75, right? Because we want us to get the sum of the first n terms, means our n in this case is 75. Now, friends, let's notice that we were able to take 7 minus 3 and have our answer to be 4, which is like taking 11 minus 7 and our answer was 4, and so on, guys, because this our progression, friends, was an arithmetic progression. And for an arithmetic progression over an AP, guys, the sum of the first n terms is given as Sn, which is equal to n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. We already have a, d, and n. We just have to plug everything and simplify. Means we're going to have our S75 to be the same as 75 over 2 into 2 times a, 2 times 3 is 6, plus 75 minus 1 is 74, times 4, we have 296. Simplifying that, guys, we have an answer of 11,325. So friends, option C is the best option for this question. Okay, so friends, let's go to question 10. Oh my god, we've still not reached half of the questions, right? But somehow guys, we are going to deal with it. Let's go to question 10, friends. Are you ready, friends? I'm ready too. Let's go. Okay, the question 10 reads that we have given that this is the matrix, is a singular matrix, the value of x is. So friends, you should start by asking yourself, what is a singular matrix? A singular matrix, friends, is simply a matrix that has no inverse, or the determinant of that matrix is equal to 0. But we won't go ahead, we won't go more than the level of inverse. We'll add at the level of determinants. If a matrix has no inverse, it ever means that the determinant has to be 0. Okay, so friends, let's get started. This is a 2 by 2 matrix, right? And to get the determinant, we simply take the elements in the leading diagonal, we multiply them, then we subtract the product of the elements of the off diagonal. Namely, friends, we simply take 4 times x plus 2 minus 3 times x, we have minus 2x, which that is equal to 0. Simplifying that, guys, we have 4x plus 8 minus 3x. Solving for that, guys, we have our x will be the same as negative 8. Wait, so friends, option C is the best answer. Question 11 reads that we have P, these are the points, Q, these are the points, and R, these are the points, are 3 collinear points. Q lies between P and R. The ratio, oh my god, guys, there was supposed to be a T here, I omitted that. The ratio in which Q divides PR is what? Okay, so guys, these are the various options. So friends, let's say that our Q divides PR in the ratio m is to n, right? And note, guys, note that the equation has spelled it out that Q lies between P and R, means that Q has to divide PR internally. Okay, this is internal deviation. It divides PR internally. So in this case, guys, the coordinates of the point Q when it divides PR internally, friends, can be given as Q equal to mx2 plus n x1 over m plus n. The same for y, we have my1 plus ny1 my2 plus ny1 over m plus n. Then for the next value, that's the z value, guys, we have mz2 plus nz1 over m plus n. But friends, we are not going to use all of these ones. We can just choose any of them and use, okay, either the x, y, or the z, since they both contains m and n. Okay, so in this case, guys, we plug in the values of x1, x2, y1, y2, z1, z2. We are going to have this Q being equal to, our m remains the same. Our x2, guys, is simply our x2, guys, is simply what? 7. Okay, then our x1 is 2, so we have this. So this is what we have, guys. We have done the same for the others. Now, friends, like I said, we don't need to use all the points. I just decided to write everything to show you. Let's say, should in case it comes in a different form that you need either one of them. So this is where you're going to arrive. Now, friends, we simply have to equate the x coordinate of this our point now to the x coordinate of the point that has Q, which is 4. If we do that, guys, we are going to have 7m plus 2n over m plus n being equal to the coordinate of Q, which is 4. Simplifying this, guys, we are going to have 7m plus 2n equal to 4m plus 4n. Simplifying further, guys, we have our 3m equal to 2n. Note that the ratio is in the ratio m is to n. Okay, so if we divide all through by n and divide all through again by 3, we have m over n, which is the same like 2 over 3. It therefore means that, guys, it divides it in the ratio m is to n, which is equal to 2 is to 3. Wait, so guys, option B is the best option. So friends, question 12 reads that given that 2x minus y equal to 6 and 2x plus y equal to 1, the value of 4x plus 2y is. So friends, when I first saw this question, I simply saw that maybe since we have 4x, we should add the two equations. If we add them, we are going to have 4x good, but this our y is going to cancel, right? It's going to cancel. We are not going to have this. So it will be necessary for us to get an expression in terms of 4x. Then we get that for 2y. Then we sum them up, and that's going to solve the task for us. Okay. So now, guys, let's have the first equation. We have 2x minus y equal to 6. We call it equation 1. Then the next, friends, we have 2x plus y equal to 1. Let's call that our equation 2. Great. So guys, equation 1 plus equation 2 simply means that if we add the two equations, because we want to isolate y and solve for x, we're going to have 4x to be the same as 6 plus 1 is 7. Let's call this equation 3. Now friends, at this point, if we take equation 2 minus equation 1, by so doing, guys, we are going to eliminate x now and solve for y. We are therefore going to have 2y to be the same as 1 minus 6 is minus 5. So friends, let's call this equation 4. Now, we have to get what, guys? We have to get the value of 4x plus 2y. But we have 4x, we have 2y, so we just have to sum them up. So friends, if we now sum equation 3 plus equation 4, we are going to have our 4x plus 2y being equal to 7 minus 5, which is equal to 2. So friends, the best answer here is option A, 2. Okay. Friends, question 13 reads that a circle has a center of minus 2, 4, and a tangent to the circle is drawn at a point 4, 7. The equation of this tangent is, okay, that's it, guys, that's it. So friends, now that we have the center of the circle to be minus 2, 4, then we have a point which is a point of tangency. We have 4, 7, right? So friends, they want us to get the gradient of the tangent, guys, of the tangent. We only have one point on that tangent. We don't have the other. So what do we do, guys? What do we do? Notice, guys, that we have the center of that circle. The center is known, minus 2, 4. So do you see that? According to circle theorem, guys, we know that the radius of a circle meets a tangent at 90 degrees, right? So means that the radius is perpendicular to any tangent drawn to that circle. So, and we know the relationship that two lines have in common if they are if they are perpendicular, right? We know their relationship. The product of their gradient should give us -1. So we can somehow start by getting the gradient of the radius that meets this tangent, and by so doing, guys, to get a gradient of this our radius, so as you can see I have here, guys, let's call the radius m1, which is giving us a change in y over a change in x. The y is 4, so we are going to have 4 minus 7 over -2 minus 4. If we do that, guys, we have an answer of 1/2. Now, guys, 1/2 is not the answer to this question, okay? Please note, it's not the answer to this question. We have to get a gradient of the tangent, not the gradient of the radius. The gradient of this our tangent, guys, can be gotten by multiplying the gradient of the tangent and the radius, and the result should give us -1. What I'm saying is that if the gradient of the tangent is m2, guys, it means that m1 times m2 should give us -1. Our m1, guys, is 1/2. Our m2 is an unknown, right? So if you simplify everything, guys, we are going to have -2 to be our answer. So m2, friends, is -2. Option B, guys, is the best answer for this question. Okay. So, guys, we've still not gone half, but somehow, guys, we must finish. Okay. Let's go to question 14, guys. Let's go. The question 14, guys, reads that we should determine the x value of the point of intersection of the system represented by f of x equal to 3 and g of x equal to 5/2x plus 1. So, friends, at the point where for they both intersect, guys, our g of x has to be equal to f of x at that point. It means that, guys, our g of x is simply 5/2x plus 1, f of x simply 3. If we simplify, guys, we are going to have 5 we are simply going to have our x be same like 4 over 5. Okay, there's no need to even beat about the bush, guys, because if you take 1 this way, we're going to have 3 minus 1, which is 2. Cross multiplying both sides, we have 5x equal to 4. Dividing that, we have x be same like 4 over 5. The least then, even in form 3, friends, we should be able to solve this equation. So friends, but there's no 4 over 5 here, guys, so we have to put our answer as a decimal. If we put on a calculator, guys, we're going to have an answer of 0.8. Yeah, 0.8, guys, is our answer. So option A is the best option. Question 15, friends, reads that if one of the factors of x squared plus x minus 20 is x plus 5, we should find the other. Okay, so guys, this is our equation, x squared plus x minus 20. We need to get the others. But friends, do we say the coefficient of x squared in this case is 1? So means that the factors must be of the form x plus something into x minus something. Why minus, guys? Because the product means we need to look for numbers that if we multiply, we have negative 20, and if we add, we have positive x, positive 1. What does it mean? It simply means that whenever you multiply two numbers and we have negative, means that only one of those numbers must be 0. Only one must be 0. That's why I have a positive, I have a negative. Now, whenever the sum gives you a positive, it means that among those your numbers that one is negative, one is positive, the biggest among those numbers has to be positive. But friends, we already have one of them, right, to be 5. So here is going to be 5. Then friends, what do you think we are going to multiply to 5, multiply with 5 to have minus 20? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Of course, guys, 4 is a good candidate, right? So we are going to have minus 4. So this is what we have, guys. This is what we have. If you simplify this, guys, we are going to have x squared plus x minus 20. Great. So in this case, guys, our answer, friends, has to be A, x minus 4. Okay. So friends, question 16 reads that the line 2x minus 5 intersects the circle x squared plus y squared equal to 10 at 2 points. The x coordinate of the point of intersection are, the x coordinates of the point of intersections are, okay. So friends, let's start from somewhere, guys. What do you think we do? Okay, let's start with the second, sorry. We have x squared plus y squared equal to 10. So in this case, guys, if we make y squared the subject, because they are looking for, they want by the x coordinate of the point of intersection, the x coordinate, so we don't need y. We have to isolate y. So our y squared becomes 10 minus x squared. Okay. So guys, let's give this a name. Let's call this equation 1. Now for this other equation, for this our other equation, we have y to be equal to 2x minus 5. If we square both sides, guys, we're going to have y squared equal to 2x minus 5 all that squared. Our reason is that we want to have another y squared just as we have y squared, so that these two terms can be equal to each other. At this point, friends, since y squared is equal to 2x minus 5 squared, and this same y squared is equal to 10 minus x squared, it means that the two y squared should be equal to each other, which I'm saying that if we call that equation 2, guys, means our equation 1 has to be equal to equation 2, and this means that 2x minus 5 squared has to be equal to 10 minus x squared. If we simplify the left hand side, friends, we are going to have 4x squared minus 20x plus 25 equal to 10 minus x squared. Simplifying the expression, guys, we have 5x squared minus 20x plus 15 equal to 0. Dividing all through by 5, we have x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Again, guys, we have to simplify this. We have to factorize this out. We look for two numbers that if we multiply, we have positive 3. We add, we have minus 4. Whenever we have cases like this, guys, we must have to know that the two numbers must all be negative, since their product is going to give us positive, but their sum gives negative. Knowing that negative plus negative, guys, is still negative. So if we do that, guys, the numbers are no numbers apart from minus 3 and minus 1. If you solve for these guys, we have our x to be the same as 1, or we have x to be the same as 3. So friends, it means that our option C is the best option. Question 17 reads that if y is equal to x equal x, then dy by dx is that the derivative of y with respect to x. Okay. So friends, we have our starting value y equal to x equal x. At this point, guys, we cannot go ahead to apply the power rule, guys. No, we can't do that. But one thing we can do in this case is to bring the power down. And what function can help us do that? Namely, guys, the natural log function or the log to base 10. But we don't want log to base 10, guys, but we want log to base e. So if you do that, guys, we are going to have ln y to be the same like ln x raised to the power x. As the log process says, guys, we can bring the x down in front. So we are going to have ln y to be the same as x ln x. At this point now, friends, we can differentiate. If we differentiate both sides, guys, differentiate ln y, we are going to have 1 over y. But since it is with respect to y, we are going with respect to x, we are going to have dy by dx equal to, we have x ln x, guys, we have to apply the product rule of differentiation, which simply means that we differentiate the first, keep the second constant, plus keeping the second constant and differentiating the first. Oops, and differentiating the second while keeping the first constant. So if we differentiate x, guys, we're going to have 1. We keep ln x constant, plus keeping x now constant, differentiating ln x, we are going to have 1 over x. Wait, but friends, x can cancel x, so we're going to have 1 here. So our dy by dx, guys, when we multiply all by y, becomes ln x plus 1. Everything multiplies y. But oops, guys, our answer has to be in terms of x only. So our dy by dx now has to be equal to y. What is y, guys? X to the power x. So our dy by dx has to be the same as x to the power x into ln x plus 1. And this corresponds to option D. Wait, option D, guys, is the best answer. Now question 18 reads that the value of the integral from 0 to 1 of the fifth root of x dx is, oh my god, guys, equation on integration has finally featured after a very long time. Okay, so guys, that's the integral. We can write the fifth root of x as x raised to the power 1/5. To integrate this guy, friends, we simply need to apply the reverse power rule, which that rule is simply saying that we should add 1 to the power and divided by the new power. If we add 1 to 1 over 5, guys, we're going to have 6 over 5. Dividing by 6 over 5, guys, means we're going to multiply with what? 5 over 6. So we have 5 over 6 x to the power 6 over 5. The limits of integration, guys, are from 0 and they are ending at 1. Wait, okay. If we plug in the upper limit, guys, it's just 1. So we are going to have 1 raised to the power 6 over 5 minus 0 raised to the power that. We are just going to have 1. So 1 times 5 over 6, guys, give us an answer of 5 over 6. So D, guys, is the best option. Okay, let's go to question 20, guys. Let's go. I think we have passed half of this question, right? Let's go to question 19, guys. Let's go. Okay, our question 19, guys, reads that how many different arrangements of the word chemistry are there using 4 letters at a time? Okay, so friends, this question is very tricky. At the same time, guys, once you've seen the hint to solve this question, guys, it becomes a very easy question that even a Form 5 student can answer without even thinking. Okay, they want us to get the number of different arrangements of this word chemistry. So friends, the first thing we start by doing is to count the number of letters, the number of distinct letters that make up the word chemistry. That's the first step, guys. The first step. So we see that word, guys, there are 9 unique letters, right? Great. And they want us to arrange 4 of them at a time. Note, guys, that arrangement goes to what goes with permutations, selection goes to what combination. So it means that we are going to be looking at 9 permutation 4. Okay, 9 permutation 4. And this is defined as we have 9 factorial over 9 minus 4, all that factorial. So friends, if we simplify this one, guys, we're going to have 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial over 9 minus 4 is 5. Then we have 5 factorial, which this and this they can cancel. Simplifying that, guys, we have an answer of 3024. So option B, friends, is our option. Question 20 reads that the line perpendicular to the line 5y minus 6x plus 1 equals to 0 has gradient. Okay, so we need to get the gradient of the line that is perpendicular to this line. So friends, this question is very easy, but you have to note, guys, you really have to note that we have to start by writing the line in the form y equal to mx plus c, where y is y, m is simply the gradient, and c is the y-intercept, sorry. So in this case, friends, if we try to write this in terms of that, we simply start by moving all the terms. We simply start by moving minus 6x plus 1 from the left-hand side onto the right-hand side, and dividing out by 5, we're going to have our y to be the same as 6 over 5x minus 1 over 5. This quantity, friends, is not our business, okay? It is not what we want to get. This is not what we want to get. But friends, the gradient of this our line, let's call that m1, is equal to 6 over 5. That's the coefficient of x is the gradient. Now, what important relation that we saw earlier, which is important to lines that are perpendicular to each other? Of course, guys, you guessed it right. The product of their gradient, let's call the gradient of the perpendicular line m2. Multiplying these two, guys, you should have an answer of -1. Our m1 is 6 over 5, so we're going to have 6 over 5 m2 equal to -1. Simplifying that, guys, we have m2 to be the same like -5 over 6 squared. So option D, guys, is the best option for this question. Now, question 21 reads that given that A and B are two vectors and they are perpendicular if, okay. So friends, what do you know about perpendicular vectors, guys? Perpendicular vectors are simply vectors in which their dot product has to be equal to 0. Wait. Whenever the dot product is equal to 0, guys, the vectors are perpendicular. Whenever the dot product is equal to the product of their magnitude, means they are parallel. In this case, AB is equal to 0. No, guys, no. We don't multiply vectors, okay? We dot vectors, we don't multiply them. Please note, guys, vectors are being dotted, not being multiplied. So AB equal to 0 is not an answer. We have AB equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B. This is for vectors that are parallel. So option C is that A dot B equal to 0. Perfect, guys. Perfect. Option C, guys, is the best option. We have A dot B equal to this. Negative of that means what? They are anti-parallel. Okay, not parallel. They are anti-parallel. They are still parallel, but they're in opposite directions. Okay. So friends, option C is the best option. Or maybe I should illustrate to you. Let's start the angle between them is cos beta, which is equal to A dot B over magnitude of A magnitude of B. Whenever they are perpendicular, guys, what is the angle between them? The angle between them, guys, is 90 degrees. So if you do that, guys, you're going to have cos 90, which is equal to 0 from your calculator. So it means that our 0 is equal to A dot B over the magnitude of A magnitude of B. But now, guys, if you divide two things and you have 0, means what? Which of these parts here is 0? Is it the numerator or the denominator? Guys, what do you think? As you all know, guys, we don't divide by 0, okay? Something divided by 0 is indeterminate, but 0 divided by something is determinate, so the top has to be equal to 0, okay? So it means our A dot B has to be equal to 0. Great. Okay. That's it, guys. That's it. Question 22. Let's go to question 22, guys. It reads that the number of expression, the number to the expression x squared minus 8 to make a perfect square is, So friends, when I saw this question, I just simply told myself that the best way to answer this question is just to insert 16. Yeah, I move on, guys. Just insert 16 and you move on. So questions like this happens a lot of time. Okay, you have x squared minus 8x, right? Making it a perfect square means that we should go to factor it and make it a square. I mean, factor identical quantities. So friends, what happens if we add 16, guys? If we add 16 to this, our expression, guys, how do we factor this? This simply becomes x minus 4 all that squared, and that's what we wanted, because this is now a perfect square, right? So the answer here, guys, has to be D. 16 has to be D. Okay. Question 23, guys, reads that the angle which cannot be constructed using a pencil and a pair of compass only is. So friends, I know this, so many of you are going to be shocked if you see questions like this, right? I haven't taken the test, so I'm not going to know. So you will be very shocked when you see questions like this. Questions that have been taken from 5 syllables have been brought into the Concour. So you should be very surprised upon seeing questions like this, right? But finally, there is a twist in this question. There is a twist, because Chuan High in Form 5, we're taught how to construct angle 90, right? So let's see basically the angles that we can construct using a pencil and a pair of compass. We have from the first angle 90. We can bisect angle 90 to get angle 45. We can construct angle 60. We can bisect 60 to get 30. We can also bisect 30 to have 45 to have 15. We can bisect 45, guys, to have 22.5 and so on. So guys, these are the angles, famous angles that we can construct using a pair of compass, and a pencil, right? But first, what do you notice? Very, very important, guys. The sum or the difference of any two numbers here will still give us a value that can be constructed using a pencil and a pair of compass. Okay. So you notice that if we add maybe the first two, add 90 and 45, guys, we have 135, right? So option A, guys, is already the answer. It is not possible to add any value here. It isn't possible to add any value here, guys, and see your answer amongst this one. No, it's not possible, guys. Okay, so guys, that's the equation. That's the answer. That's the answer. Question 24, guys. Are you ready to? Let's go. Okay, question 24 is that the diagonals AC and BD of a rhombus ABCD are, okay, these are the various options. We have 16 centimeters and 12 centimeters. Okay, they're looking at the one does not get the area of the rhombus. So friends, generally, the area of a rhombus is to be given as half times the product of the two diagonals D1 and D2. So if we do that, guys, we're going to have our area to be same like 1/2 D1, we have 16, D2 we have also 16 times 12. If we do that, guys, we have an answer of 96 centimeters squared. Great. Oh friends, if you forget, let's say suppose you forget this formula, right? Let's say you forget this formula is forgotten, you don't know the formula, but you want to somehow have this question correct. What can you do? Okay, let me show you guys another method in which you can do to get this correct. Let me show you guys. The next method that I want you guys to do is that you should try to sketch the rhombus and see what happens. This is a rhombus, right? So this diagonal, as the question has given, then this is the other one that the equation has given. We have two diagonals. You can see that they are not the same, right? That's why their lengths as well are not the same. Their values are not the same. Their lengths should not be the same. Okay. So friends, if this one is 12, means that half has to be 6. This way has to be 6. Then this other, guys, if it is 16, means that what half of this side has to be 8, and this other side, guys, has to be 8. What do you notice, guys? What do you notice? We have produced 4 equal triangles, right? 4 equilateral right angle. We have produced 4 right angle triangles, right? So now, if we can get the area of one right angle triangle here and multiply it by 4, means we should still have the same answer, right? Now, we know the area of a triangle is given as half base. The base is what, guys? Of one of them. We are getting the area of just of 1 times 4 of them. Okay, so but let's start by guessing the area of all of them. Okay, so 1/2 into 6 times 8 is the area of one of them. Then since there are 4 of them, guys, we have 4. We have times 4. So simplifying this result, friends, we still have an answer of 96 centimeters squared. That's it, guys. Question 25, guys, reads that. So we have cos 75 degrees, which has the same value as. So friends, the very first time I saw this question, I was just simply looking for where I can see sine 25, and that will be the end of the story. But it's unfortunate that all the answers are in terms of cosine. Okay, then in terms of cos, guys, so what can we do, guys? What can we do? Now, guys, we have to utilize what we know in trigonometry, that cos theta is the same like cosine of theta plus or minus 360 n, where this n, guys, is simply an integer. Okay, so this relation is correct, guys. It is correct. It is true. This is always true for any value of angle theta. But friends, do you discover that in this case, our answers are less than 360, right? So we cannot use the positive sign here. We can only use the negative. So means that our theta in this case is 75. Plugging that in when n is 1, we're going to have this to be equal to cosine of 285 of negative that. But friends, you notice that the cosine function is an even function, right? So we are simply just going to have cos 75 being equal to cosine of 285. And if you want to check, guys, you have a calculator, just punch the two of them and see if it is the same. If it's the same, guys, drop a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know if they are the same. In any case, guys, the best answer is option C. Question 26, guys, which that the quadratic equation whose roots are 3 plus 4i is okay. So friends, please be very careful that if 3 plus 4i is a root of this, of the equation that we have to find, guys, it therefore means that the conjugate of this complex number also has to be a root. Great. And the equation, friends, is to be gotten by multiplying the x minus the first root into x minus the second root. Good. So in this case now, friends, if we multiply the brackets out, we have x squared plus minus x into 3 minus 4i minus x into 3 plus 4i plus, if you multiply these two, guys, friends, you are multiplying conjugates. We simply have the sum of squares. 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, so we are going to have 9 plus 16, okay, which is equal to 0. If we simplify the bracket further, we have that. Simplifying that again, guys, we are going to have x squared minus 6x plus 25 equal to 0. Great. So guys, that's it. That's it. Let's go to question 7, guys. Let's go. Okay. Question 27, guys, reads that the curve f of x equal to ax squared plus bx plus c has minimum value if, okay, this question is direct, friends. So friends, we have the equation ax squared plus bx plus c. Friends, this is simply what kind of equation, guys? It's a quadratic equation, right? Yeah, it's quadratic in nature. And we know that all the curves of quadratic functions are always called parabolas, right? They are called parabolas, and they can either open upwards or it opens downwards. And first, in this case, it's going to, at this point, it has a minimum value, and this minimum value occurs whenever we have our a to be greater than 0. In this case, guys, we have a maximum value, and it occurs whenever our a is less than 0. Wait, namely a is negative. So in this case, guys, option C is the best option. Question 28, guys, reads that a polygon with all its interior angles less than 180 is called what? Okay, this is it. So friends, generally, let's have some few notes that a quadrilateral, let's analyze each of them separately. A quadrilateral, guys, is a polygon with only 4 sides, okay? Namely, guys, a rhombus is one of them. We have a square, we have a rectangle, and so on, guys. So that's what we have. So a quadrilateral, guys, is simply a polygon with 4 sides. You don't talk about sides here, but you talk about the one that the total that with the one in which the total interior angle, that's any one interior angle, for instance, has to be less than 180. Okay. The next, guys, we have a reentrant polygon. So friends, the reentrant polygon, guys, is simply the opposite of a convex polygon, okay? But it has at least one of its interior being more than 180 degrees. That's it. So option D and option C have already been disqualified. Let's see option B, friends. Option B talks about regular polygons. So regular polygons means that, guys, all the sides are the same, okay? It has equal number of sides, but this question talks about angles. So friends, as you all know, the best answer here has to be a convex polygon, because all the interior angles of this polygon, guys, are less than 180 degrees squared. Okay, question 29, guys, let's go. It reads that a box contains 6 green and 5 blue balls. A ball is drawn at random. The probability of drawing a green ball is, oh my god, guys, this question is for children. We simply need to ask ourselves, guys, that how many green balls are there, guys? We have just 6 white and 5 black balls. But we should know that the probability of us drawing a green ball is given as the number of green balls over what the total number of balls, right? So means the probability of us getting the green ball is given as the number of green balls we have per the equation is 6. The total number of balls gotten by summing the two of them. 6 plus 5 is 11, so we have 6 over 11 as the answer. So option C, guys, is the best. Now let's look at question 30, guys, in which that the number that is a product of 2 consecutive prime numbers is, okay. So friends, let's start by listing some prime numbers out for precursive measures, guys, so we don't make mistakes. So we have 2, 3, 5, 7, and so on, right? Good. So at this point now, guys, the prime numbers, let's take any pair and multiply to see. We have 2 times 2 is 6, friends. The person is not going to 2 times 3 is 6, right? Great. So in this case, guys, 6 is not among the options, right? It's not among the options, so we dispatch it. 2 times 5, guys, is 10. 10 is not among. 2 times 7 is 40, which is not among. But friends, let's step up to 3. What is 3 times 5, guys? Is 15. So 3 times 5, guys, gives us 15. So 15 has to be the best answer for this question, right? Because we have multiplied 2 consecutive. After 3, guys, the next number is what? Is 5, right? We multiply them and we have 15. Great. So guys, that's for the video, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If there's something you don't understand, first, the comment section is empty for you to ask your questions. I'm going to answer them as soon as possible. So guys, this is question 30. Just that I made an error and wrote it as question 29 again. That's it. So friends, watch out, friends, for the correction of the physics section of this particular year. Okay, I don't know how soon it's going to come out, but I've made a video on it already. I just need to release it. But before I do so, guys, you can already watch that video if you have subscribed to this my channel, guys. I am Omenu Maros, guys. Have a blessed day, friends.